This is Empowering Women Everywhere, and I'm your host, Nan Gill. And today our guest is Liz Schmidt. She is the Chief of Staff of Honor, which is an amazing organization located in Middletown, New York, serving the community in amazing ways. Hi, Liz. How are you?
I'm doing well, Nan. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming, and I'm very excited to find out about the programs that you have at Honor and what you do. So how long ago was Honor founded?
So Honor was founded in 1974 by a group of concerned citizens in Middletown. They saw a need for housing for individuals who were staying on the street. So they bought a little apartment building and had volunteers sleep there. And from there it grew into what Honor is today.
So that was a start, just with concerned people who saw that people were living on the street.
Yes.
And they wanted to make a difference in the world.
Absolutely.
And that's how Honor got its start. And you guys have been working for how many years now?
Oh my goodness. So if that was 1974 and today is 2018, we're at around 44 years. So that's
44
great.
years serving Orange County. And I don't know how many people know about your programs and what you do. I know a lot of people think, oh, well, that would never happen to me.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how someone could be well and functioning and have a job, and the next minute, through no fault of their own, whether it's medical emergency, whether they got laid off from work, or, for no reason at all, they end up on the street. So it can happen to anyone.
It sure can.
And it's amazing what you guys do. You're really close to my heart.
Oh, thank you.
Which is why I'm so glad that you could come on and talk about it.
We're so thankful for the opportunity to be here and talk about what we do.
Right. So you want to tell us a little bit about the programs that you have?
I would love to. So we have 15 different programs, but they're all integrated under the Honor umbrella. People can come and, receive services through Honor residentially. We have a homeless shelter for single men, single women, and for families. And we also...
There are three different ones, right? They're separate.
There are three separate units within our location. So yes, we
That's
also...
amazing.
Isn't it? We also have a runaway and homeless youth shelter for children 17 years of age and younger who are not with their parents for one reason or another. So we do operate that as well.
Wow, that's wonderful.
And we have a residential substance abuse treatment program. So we can do detox and rehabilitation for 20 individuals on any given night in that program.
So if you're suffering from abuse and you don't have anyone to turn to, you can just call Honor. What's the phone number?
Our phone number is 845-343-7115. We have somebody on duty 24 hours a day.
You guys are great.
7 days a week answering those phone lines. So if you find yourself in need, if you are homeless, if you have a substance abuse problem or looking for treatment options, if you need some guidance on where to go for food, if we're in the winter months now, so if you have an issue with your heating and you might be eligible for heat assistance, we can also assist with that. So please feel free to give us a call. Again, that number is 845-343-7115.
And what is your website?
Our website is honorhelpingothers.org.
Right.
We're really proud of our website. It lists all of our programs. It gives you the resources you need to be able to contact us, whether it's by phone or by email. You can also email us at info@honorehg.org. We will man that every day, so we will get back to people, if they're not able to access a phone to call us, but maybe they do have access to email. And if people are concerned in the community, if they see somebody at, say, a shopping center while you're out doing your holiday shopping, right, and things, we know most of those individuals throughout the community. But, if you are concerned, again, you can call that number. We do have a street outreach team manned by Gary Texter, and they will go out. We have a mobile express van. We go to them. We make sure that they have warm clothing, food, and we try to convince them to come in and receive services with us.
Right, right. So how many people do you service, say, in one day?
So residentially, on any given night, we have about 150 people that are staying with us.
Wow.
Over half of which are under the age of 17. Because we have large numbers of kids with the families and we have our runaway and homeless youth shelter, it's amazing to believe that we have that many youth who are without their own stable home for the evening.
Right.
So we really try to provide as much of a home-like environment as possible for those kids. So, they can go to their school of origin within the county, which is nice because if they have friends in the stable environment there, the buses from the school districts will pull up in front of our building from every school district across the county.
Wow.
We send them to school, with a breakfast, and, that way they have food in their stomachs to start their day. As we know, many kids who live in poverty don't always eat every meal every day, so we
Right.
make sure that they're well nourished while they're staying with us. We even have cookies when they come home from school. So we really try to make sure, it's as home-like an environment for them as possible. The Middletown School District provides tutors in the afternoon so that they can work on their schoolwork. We have
Wow.
some Chromebooks available for the internet work and stuff that they have to do. I know with my son, he's got to do everything electronically anymore. They don't send home textbooks. So
Right, so you have that ability for them.
We do.
If they're staying with you, that they can work on iPads and
We do.
Chromebooks and
We do. They can access their Google Classrooms and do their work, and the tutors are available there to help. I know I struggle with helping my son with some of that homework, so it's nice that we have those partnerships in the community to do that.
Well, if you have, say, 150 people staying with you at night and half of them are in school, you're talking about at least 75 youth.
Yes, it's
So
a
they
large
have
number
people
of
that they
kids.
can be friends with.
They
It's
do,
like-
they
it's
do.
It's
And
like
it's
a big
really-
community organization.
It
where
is.
they-
It's great to hear, especially in the summertime. We have a basketball hoop outside that we recently installed, and our executive director, Chris Molinelli, is really big on making sure that, residentially for the kids especially, we're giving them that creative outlet and time
Right.
to run around and be kids. So, we have a swing set outside that was donated to us by another community partner so that the kids have that availability. And it's wonderful to hear the laughter in the evenings. So.
Right. So now you're also having a fitted sheet drive,
We are.
and for the winter especially, you're looking for gloves and hats and socks and underwear and diapers because you have a lot of babies there.
We do. So donations are important to us year round. We're so thankful for community partners who do different donation drives for us. The Episcopal Church here in Goshen, for instance,
Right.
is doing this amazing fitted sheet drive for us. So they have been wonderful in collecting those. And, we go through a lot of linens because we have a lot of high traffic within our shelter. So
Yeah, I would imagine.
sheets, washcloths, towels, very important. Socks and underwear are two things that, again, you wouldn't necessarily think about. But because when people are homeless, and especially if they've been living on the street,
Right.
those are two really important things that people need that are staples.
Right, and something, just having clean sheets and clean underwear and socks and, it just makes you feel like, you're a person.
It's fabulous. And
That
then-
someone cares about you, that you're not forgotten.
Absolutely.
It's so important, So even if it's just a pair of gloves, that means to that person that, even though they're going through challenges at the moment, that people care about them.
Absolutely. And when we go out and we do those street outreach initiatives,
Right.
we do take the hats and gloves with us in
Good.
case, somebody is out there
Unless
and
they
they
need
don't
something.
have that. We take toiletry bags with us. So we put like a toothpaste, a travel size toothpaste and toothbrush,
Right.
a bar of soap. So travel size toiletries are really important to us at the
Good.
shelter as well
Okay.
for outreach. So that's another item that we can use a lot. And we also run a program called Housing First. So we have some scatter site apartments throughout Orange County where instead of people coming into the shelter system, we can place them directly in their own apartment. We become the landlord, we take out the lease for the landlord and Honor rents that apartment, and then we can bring people in off the street, who, meet HUD definitions, of course, because we are receiving some federal dollars for that,
Right.
that program. But at that point, we are able to get some of those individuals off the street and into a more permanent setting.
Right. So if you're actually a landlord and you want some reliable tenant to come in,
Absolutely.
you can deal with Honor, who's very reliable with
We
paying the
pay
rent.
all of those rents for
Right.
all of them. Right
Right.
now, we have about 40 scatter site apartments throughout Orange County. So we pay the rent on them. We make sure that everybody is stable in that housing as well. We also are representative payee for about 150 individuals throughout the county who received Social Security. And again, in that capacity, we also pay their rent for them and manage their money so that they're able to maintain their housing, and we prevent homelessness in that way as well.
It's amazing. How many programs do you have?
15. We also do vocational services, so we are giving people those soft and hard skills to learn a trade. We do some groundskeeping, some light maintenance, housekeeping work. So, we work on empowering people to come to work on time, teaching them about the appropriateness, when they are getting that job out in the community. We work with a number of employers throughout the community to help individuals finding jobs. Our director of shared services, Kelly Zago, really mans that whole program.
I remember I spoke to Kelly one
And
time.
she also handles the majority of our donations that come in. So
Right.
when people want to bring things to the shelter or have something that, they feel maybe would benefit Honor, they can contact Kelly Zago. Again, at our main number, 845-343-7115.
Right, now if you have donations for the sheet drive or diapers or anything, you can drop them off at St. James Episcopal Church in Goshen. We're accepting donations for Honor. Or you can contact Honor and drop them there. Or if you call 845-294-7500, 294-7500, we'll find out where you are and we can arrange for pickup or a local place for you to drop off.
We can't do this without the support of the community, and Nan, we appreciate everything that all of you do to spread the word of Honor, to help collect those donations. It really takes a community to come together, and all of us in the human services community here in Orange County are great beneficiaries of everything that all of you do with your big hearts. We appreciate that so much.
Well, I want to say everything is known. Nothing good is ever forgotten. And we're going to remember what you guys are doing at Honor because you're really doing a phenomenal job.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, I have to say, we have about 125 employees that make it all happen. It's a lot.
It's all working together.
It's all working together.
It's the community working with the organization, working with the employees, and working with the people. Now, I want to say, it's not a handout because basically, you're looking for the economy to move forward and to people who are working to have more. Well, the more people you have that are working, that are contributing to the economy, the better the economy is.
Absolutely.
So you can't look at someone who's not able to support themselves as a drain on society. You have to look at them as a possible outlet for product. Because once they're in a position to be able to pay for everything that they need, they're going to benefit the economy.
Absolutely.
So it's about training people for jobs and in careers that they're able to support themselves, support their family, and be a benefit to the rest of us.
Absolutely.
So it's not a handout.
Not at all.
It's a hand up.
And we really encourage those staying with us, to become employed, to do something gainful. If they're unable to work because maybe they are disabled, we
Right.
try to get them engaged in something within the community where they can give back. We had this elderly woman who stayed with us at one point. She must have been somewhere in her 70s, and the senior bus would pull up every day to take her to different programs. She
Right.
would volunteer at the local animal shelter.
Right.
We even do that with the youth shelter. We have them volunteer at the soup kitchens to give back. We establish relationships again with local animal shelters for volunteer work that they can do as well. So we really try to engage and give back as well.
Now, if people want to volunteer and help Honor, do you have opportunities for them to become involved?
We sure do. We are actually establishing a volunteer program for our 2 food pantries. The need is overwhelming, and maintaining that is always difficult. So again, I'll mention Kelly Zago. She's the person who is going to be heading up that volunteer program.
Right.
So you can contact her if you're interested. She'll take your information, and after the first of the year, we're hoping to get that started.
Well, that's wonderful. So, I wanted to ask you a little bit about your vision for the future. What would you like to see?
I would love to see more affordable, low-income housing here in Orange County. We do live in a very rich environment here, which is fabulous, but that makes it tough for those living below the poverty line to be able to afford apartments, especially if they have a number of children, and they need multiple bedrooms and that type of thing. So I would love to see people within the community, those who have big hearts, be able to, lease out apartments to individuals at a more affordable rate for those individuals.
Right.
I would love to see us secure more federal dollars so we can expand that Housing First program that we have. Again, since we have so many people who are so proud and don't necessarily thrive in a shelter system, being able to provide them a more stable housing environment where we can wrap services around them there is a really productive model, and we would love to see more of that here as well.
Right, definitely. And if they want to just donate financially,
we're always in need of financial donations.
They can send tax-deductible donations.
It's a tax-deductible donation. You can also make a donation on our website. We do have a Donate Now. We do use PayPal, so it is a secure website to make that donation. Again, our website is honorhelpingothers.org. We also have a Facebook page, which is very active. We list all of our upcoming events on that, as well as we have a donate section there. People can also reach out to us 24/7 via the messenger field on Facebook. And we do manage that account as well.
Now, you have some upcoming events, and you do it every year, so
We do.
Everyone can find out about them. But I think you have something coming up at the end of November.
We do. So we have an annual tree lighting at the shelter at 38 Seward Ave in Middletown. This one is going to be held on Friday, November 30th from 4 to 5:30 p.m.
Right.
And we invite the community to come and celebrate the holiday season with us. It's a great way to kick it off. We have a celebrity tree lighter that comes in and, lights the tree. This year, our celebrity tree lighter is Legoland, New York. And they come out and they support us. And this year, they're going to bring some of the Lego characters so that the kids can interact with them.
Tell them
get
to
their
bring
pictures.
some sheets.
Yes, sheets are important. We also kick off our annual toy drive at that time because, as we mentioned before, with all of the kids we have staying with us, we want them to have a beautiful holiday season as well. So we are accepting toy donations.
So come to the tree lighting and bring a toy.
And bring a toy. We will have drop-off locations throughout Orange County as well. Right now, Media Vision in Goshen, as well as Here's Help Staffing in Middletown, are drop-off locations. But we can also come to you if your business is interested in doing a toy drive for honor. We can come and pick those up as well.
Okay, and also sheets. You can bring sheets,
diapers. I mean, anything,
formula.
Absolutely, that we've already talked about in terms of donations. We accept those year-round. So at any point, we would be happy to take those donations. We don't need to be doing a drive to accept them. I mean, we need them throughout the year.
Right,
so.
and if you want to send a check, it's just made payable to honor.
Just make it payable to honor.
38 Seward Avenue, Middletown, New York, 10940.
And we'll make sure you get your thank you letter, and that way you have it for your tax write-off as well.
Your tax deduction. Very good. And I have to remember, I have a check for you before you leave today.
Oh, you guys are so good to us. Thank you so much.
It's the people in our church too. Everyone is donating, and people actually. We had Goshen Hardware was a drop-off, and
that's
Ayers and
fabulous.
Galloway in Middletown. And so there's plenty of places that you can have someone drop off if you want to drop off some benefits.
Absolutely. Oh, that's fabulous. And we really appreciate, I know I keep saying it, but we cannot do it without the community and people who believe in us and people with big hearts. And we are so thankful for every donation that we receive.
I think more than a big heart, it's an understanding that when you become involved with community, that you're a part of community.
Absolutely.
And that what you give, you get back. You get back because it's just such a joyful thing to do. So whatever you have, if you don't have money or you don't be able to give some money, you can still volunteer your time.
You absolutely can.
And you'll meet people that will be so grateful to you.
Absolutely.
It's becoming part of the world and the world that we're in to make a difference for everyone.
I couldn't agree more.
Yep. So let's just go back, because I know that we just quickly went over some of the programs. And you have 15, so I want to make sure we don't miss anything. So do you want to just start off with one and go through 15 and let us know? So if anyone has an interest or a need, or knows someone who has a need, that they can go to you for what they need.
Absolutely. So we'll start with our call center, because that is the phone that is manned 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Right.
So again, anybody calling in, can be directed to the appropriate services. So again, that phone number is 845-343-7115.
Okay.
From there, they make the referrals for placement. So we have, as we already discussed, a family shelter, a single female shelter, and a single male shelter.
Right.
Okay, so that takes us to 4 programs right there. We have 2 food pantries that support the public, that are open daily to individuals who do need some assistance with food.
And if you have donations for the food pantries, you can bring them to...
Absolutely. You can bring them to 38 Seward Ave in Middletown. Again, reach out to Kelly Zago. She would be your contact person, so that we can make sure that we have, the appropriate staff on duty who can assist you with your donation.
I know some of the local supermarkets are giving away free turkeys if you have a certain amount. And if you're not going to be cooking for Thanksgiving, pick up your free turkey and bring it over to Honor.
Absolutely. We'll take your turkeys, your hams, anything you'd like to donate.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay,
it's
so
really
we're up to
important.
4.
So we also have the vocational program we spoke about already. We have
now this is training for jobs that you can afford to support your family for.
Yes.
So a lot of these jobs, on minimum wage, you need subsidy in order to exist. But if you get the proper training to be able to support yourself and your family, that's the goal.
That is the goal. So we've been operating that program for a number of years, and as I mentioned, we also do some employment services. So we do work with different people in the county, who have positions available.
Right.
So if there are any businesses out there that are looking to employ individuals who might be staying at the shelter and want to give back in that way, again, Kelly Zago is the person to contact for that.
Okay.
We have a food service department, so when people are staying with us residentially, we need to make sure that they have 3 nutritious, balanced meals a day.
Right.
So we have a very active food service department with 3 wonderful staff. They cook up to 150,000 meals a year.
Wow.
It is incredible the work that they do. And that is a wonderful thing, because we don't want anyone to be hungry. So we make sure that we feed all of those staying with us in that program that way. We have our residential substance abuse program, which we already spoke about.
Right.
We have our runaway and homeless youth shelter, again for kids 17 years of age and younger.
So important. If you know someone that really needs a youth that needs a place to stay, there's programs for youths up until they get to be 17, 18 years old.
Yes.
And then what are they going to do? So be sure to refer them to Honor if they need a place.
Absolutely. We do have street outreach, as we talked about, and we have a special street outreach worker dedicated just to working with youth. So they go to places where youth congregate, and try to connect with them there, because a lot of the homelessness for youth in the county, when they're not with their parents, they're couch surfers, they're staying with a friend or a relative, and it's not as stable of housing as you would like them to have.
Exactly.
So we try to engage with them at different rec centers throughout the county. And again, we're serving all of Orange County, so it's not selective to just Middletown. So although our shelters are located there, we are servicing the entire county.
Right.
We do have 2 programs in Newburgh as well. We have a transitional living program for single women where they can stay for up to 6 months. Typically, we're referring directly out of our shelter into that transitional living environment just to give them a few extra supports before they transition into their own living within the county. And we have a supportive housing apartment complex as well in Newburgh.
Amazing.
We have case management for all of our programs. So they are surrounded with services. We do goals that we work with them on. So we do want to work with them to maintain independent living status at some point when they leave the shelter. We'll work on daily living skills with them. We bring in different community organizations to do group work with them so that they understand proper nutrition, all of those different pieces that go into maintaining, your household. So we do have a lot of community collaborations as well with individuals.
Right. So, if you know someone who has a need, if you want to help out to service the needs, be sure to call Honor at
845-343-7115.
7115. And thank you so much for being here. Thank you for telling us about your programs.
Well, thank you for giving us the opportunity to spread the word of Honor. We are so appreciative to be able to talk about all the good work that we do.
Now, before you go, tell us what Honor stands for.
Helping others needing our resources.
So, join Honor and do it today.
Been looking for a house with no walls or no whispers, no hiding places, no secret sister. Been looking for a house that won't shelter a lie, no tear-stained past.